Hello everyone. In yesterday's lecture, we have covered the details of a spline curve. We have seen that the spline follows the interpolation and approximation method. So there are two types of spline curve: interpolated spline curve and approximated spline curve. We have also seen the general expression to represent a spline curve. Now is the time to move ahead and discuss the type of a curve that follows the properties of a spline, and one such curve is Bezier curve. The name is Bezier spline curve, mostly known as Bezier curve. Okay, so what all we need to discuss from the exam point of view are the following points. First of all, what is Bezier curve? How does it look like? What are the basic properties? Okay. Function to draw Bezier spline curve. Okay, so yesterday I told you that to represent a spline curve, we have a basis functions. Okay, so for different types of spline curves, we have different types of basis functions. So what will be the basis function for Bezier spline curve? We'll discuss that in detail. Derivation of Bezier curve, how this function is derived. So we'll discuss that. The basic properties of a Bezier curve. There are few properties. There are some 6 to 7 properties that a Bezier curve follow. Okay, so we'll discuss that. Limitation of Bezier curve. What was the problem? What were the problems with Bezier curve? We'll discuss that also, and numerical on Bezier curve. So in today's lecture, in this lecture particularly, I'll focus on what is Bezier curve, the blending function to draw Bezier spline curve, and numerical part. And rest of these topics, that is derivation, properties, and limitation, we'll discuss in next lecture. Okay. Now, see, Bezier spline curve. It is a type of approximated spline curve. So Bezier curve is also a spline curve. So it has to be either interpolated curve, or a approximation curve. So Bezier spline curve is a particular curve that is approximated spline curve. That means it follows approximation. Okay. And what does the meaning of approximation? Approximation means that, see, these are the 4 examples of a Bezier curve. So if there are only 2 points, okay, so 2 endpoints are there, so we can draw this line. And basically I told you that we don't require such types of curves. Okay, basically we need curves that have degree more than basically we require curves that have degree 2 or 3. Okay, so here we can see there are 2 control points, and this is a Bezier spline curve. Here are 3 control points: P0, P1, P2. Okay, so P0 to P1, this particular curve is basically representing the Bezier curve. So what's happening here is, in Bezier approximation curve, this is mandatory that the first and last endpoint will lie on the curve. Okay, there may be few more points that may lie on the Bezier curve, but since it's an approximation curve, it is not necessary that all the control points will lie on the curve, but it is mandatory that the curve will pass through the first and last point and last control point. Okay, so in this diagram also there are 3 control points: P0, P1, P2. So P0 is the first control point, P2 is the last control point. So the curve is passing through P0 and P1. So this is the curve. This one is not curve. This P0 to P1 and P1 to P2 is basically known as convex hull. Or we can say that it is called control polygon. So what we do is that with the given points, if we connect these points with a straight line, we get a certain type of polygon that is known as convex hull, and this curve will always remain inside this this curve will always lie inside this convex. So the actual curve is P naught to P2, and this this curve P naught to P2 is lying within this convex hull P naught, P1 and P2. Okay. Third, there are 4 control points P naught, P1, P2, P3. So we have made a graph like this, curve like this, P naught to P3. So we are leaving here 2 control points. So the curve doesn't have to pass through P1 and P2. And this curve can also be plotted like this. Okay. If we slightly change the position of these control points. Okay, so P0, P1, P2, P3, we can connect this curve. We can connect these endpoints P0 and P3 like this also. So these are forming the convex curve. So these are all examples of Bezier curve. Okay, so what have we understood so far? That Bezier curve is an approximated spline curve where it is mandatory that the end control points will always lie on the curve. Okay, widely used in CAD system, CorelDRAW packages, and many more graphics packages. It is a very important types of curve. So many computer graphics packages and computer graphics application uses such type of curve. It must pass through endpoints. I've told you. For given n+1 control points, the degree of Bezier spline curve will be n. Okay, this is an important point to notice. That is, what will be the degree of a Bezier curve? So if there are n+1 control points, so the degree of Bezier spline curve will be n. That means the degree of the curve will be always 1 less than the total number of control points given. Okay, so in this case, this P0, P1, P2, the degree of the curve would be 2. That means we will get a quadratic Bezier curve. In case of 4 control points, the degree of the curve would be 3. So you'll get cubic Bezier curves. Okay. Now, the second point was, what was the expression to represent a Bezier spline curve? So the general form of a n-degree Bezier curve with given control points Pi, where I ranges from 0 to n, is defined as follows. See, we'll be given some control points. Okay, so we'll be given, let's suppose we are given 4 control points. Okay, so 4 would be represented as n+1 would be equal to 4, because you can see here what is written for given n+1 control points. So if we are saying, if I am saying that there are 4 control points, that means n+1 is equal to 4 and n is equal to 3. So the control points will be represented at Pi, that would range from 0 to 3. So there will be total 4 control points. Okay, 0 to 3, there would be total 4 control points, and the degree would be 3. Is defined as following, and this is the equation: summation of Pi multiplied by Bin of u for u ranges from 0 to 1. So what are these things? Basically, q of u is point to be calculated to draw the curve. Basically, we are given the control points, and using these control points, we have to calculate new points that will form the Bezier curve. So QU will represent that particular point. So QU is, if the Q is a point, there would be X and Y coordinate for these points. Okay. Pi is the position vector of X and Y coordinates of control. You can say this is position vector, off नहीं होगा यहाँ पे और होगा. So position vector or XY coordinate of control points. So अगर आपको इसका X coordinate calculate करना है, so in place of Pi you will write Xi, and Y coordinate करना है, तो in place of Pi you will write Y. okay, multiplied by bin of u. Basically u जो है यहाँ पर, this is called parameter. Okay, so far we were representing it using t. I have replaced it with u because in many books they use the term u. Okay, so just for that I have used u. You can also use t. So u is the parameter, and again this is the time parameter that has the range between 0 and 1. So the value of u would be between 0 and 1. It can be 0 or 1 also. Okay, uh, now n is the degree of curve if control points are n plus 1. Okay, we get this. Last is this particular portion. So this is called basis function or blending function. So we need to study this. Okay, bin of u is also represented as Bezier of in of u. Okay, so in some books they use this convention also. Instead of writing b, they write bez. This particular part that is there that we are calling is a basis function is basically a Bernstein polynomial. And what is a Bernstein polynomial? The equation of Bernstein polynomial is following. Okay, so bin would be represented as n choose I. This is called n choose I. Okay, so basically this is the binomial coefficients. N choose I, u to the power I, 1 minus u to the power n minus I. This is the blending function that we are going to use in Bezier curve. Okay, where n choose I is equal to factorial n upon factorial I multiplied by n minus I factorial. So ये तो हमें पता ही है binomial coefficient क्या होता है. So there are so many equations you can see. Okay, for individual coordinates we can rewrite equation 1. What is equation 1? This is equation 1. So this q is representing the coordinate. Okay, so the coordinate will have an x part and y part. Okay, so we can rewrite this equation as, instead of pi we can write xi, and instead of pi we can write yi. Okay, so xu is equal to I is equal to 0 to n xi dot binu, and y is equal to yi multiplied by bin of u. Okay, now how we will use this equation to solve our numerical? How do we calculate these x and y value? Okay, so I've told you that mostly we will use the curve of degree 2 or 3. Okay, so what will be the value of these x and y if the curve has degree 2 and the curve has degree 3? So once first we have solved it for degree 3. That means what will be the equation for the cubic Bezier curve? Okay, the extended version of calculating points on a Bezier curve if the number of control points are. If I'm saying that the number of control points are, that is, it's clear that the degree of the curve would be 3, and the curve which has degree 3 is known as cubic curve. Okay, so what we'll do, the equation of the curve, we know the equation of the curve is this. Okay, if we expand this, if we will expand this, if we expand the summation, we'll get this term. Okay, so pi is first, we will start from 0 and we'll go till n is equal to 3. So p naught multiplied by b0 3 of u plus p1 b13 plus p2 b23 plus p3 dot b3 3. Hope this is clear. This is simple mathematics. Now we have to calculate the value of these blending functions b03, b13, b23 and b 33. That we will calculate using this Bernstein polynomial. Okay, so P or B03, how will calculate it? Using this formula. Okay, this binomial coefficient multiplied by u to the power 0. So if I can do this, okay, so right, 3 0. Okay, we are simply replacing the value of uh, I and n in the equation 2. So we'll get this equation. Okay, B03. Using equation 2, we'll reach to this part, and using equation 3, we'll reach to this part. And if you will solve this, I have solved it here. You'll get B03 as 1 minus u to the power. Similarly, in the same equation 2, if we put B13, we will get 3u multiplied by 1 minus u whole square. Similarly, we can solve it for B2, 3 and B3, 3. I have solved it completely. You can go through this. Now, putting these values in equation 4, what was the equation for? This one. So we have calculated the value of these second terms. So we'll replace these values. So we'll get 1 minus u to the power q p naught plus 3u 1 minus u square p1 plus 3u square 1 minus u p square plus uq p3. And since we have to calculate the x and y coordinate, because p naught would be given as let's suppose the first control point will be 1 comma 1. So x naught would be 1 and y naught would be 1. So to calculate the x of u, we will write 1 minus uq and x naught. That means 1 in this case. So 1 minus u2 x naught 3u1 minus u square x1, and in place of p we will write x terms, and in place of p we will write y terms. Okay, so that's how we will solve the questions. Similarly, we can calculate equation for quadratic Bezier curve having degree 2 with 3 control points. So I think this is clear now that if we have 3 control points, the degree of the curve would be 2, and that curve would be known as quadratic Bezier curve. Okay, so we will again use our equation. Okay, we will expand the summation, so we'll get this particular term, and we have to calculate the value of b0, 2, b1, 2, b2, 2 using the Bernstein polynomial. And after solving the Bernstein polynomial, you will get these terms, and after and we will replace these terms b0, 2, 1, 2 and 2, 2 with these calculator terms. So we will reach to this particular portion. Okay, so this is how Bezier curve is represented. You must learn these equations, then only you can solve the numerical. Okay, so that is mandatory. You must know all the formulas. Now let's see the numerical. That is very easy. You just you must know the formulas, that's it, and you need to calculate, you need to perform some mathematics. So see, what is the question? Construct a Bezier curve of order 3 with 4 polygon vertices A, B, C, D. Now you can be given directly the 4 control points. Here in the question, the language is you are given 4 polygon vertices. So basically polygon vertices are the control points. Basically what we were doing in, let's see here, what we were doing, these are given, we were given 3 control points. So we have created a polygon, okay, using these control points. So basically in our question, instead of given control points, they have used the word polygon vertices. So both are the same things. Okay, so this is very clear that you have to make a curve of degree 3 because you are given 4 control points. So you have to create the cubic Bezier curve. Okay, now what was the equation for cubic Bezier curve? You have derived it just now. So C of u uh, or Q of u or whatever variable you want to use. C of u is equal to 1 minus uq p naught plus 3u 1 minus u square p1 plus 3u square 1 minus u p2 plus uq p3. So you'll use this formula. Now see, in this equation, you know the value of p naught, you know the value of p1, p2 and p. What you don't know is the values of u. What is u? U is a parameter and u is a time parameter. So we will take few values of u. So we have taken 5 different values for u. 0, 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1. Okay. U has to be in between 0 and 1. So we have started from the minimum limit, that is 0, and we will calculate till the maximum limit, that is 1. And in between we have selected three different instances: 1 upon 4, 1 upon 2 and 3 upon 4. So for u is equal to 1, okay, for u is equal to 1 आप क्या लिखेंगे? C of u लिख सकते थे आप, यहाँ पे P of u लिख सकते थे, Q of u लिख सकते थे, कुछ भी लिख सकते थे, तो आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हैं P of 0. That means if the value of u is equal to 0, replace u with 0 in this equation. So if I replace u with this u with 0, I will get only this term, 1 minus 0 to the power q p naught. That means this term would be 1 multiplied by p naught. And what is p naught? 1 comma 1. Okay, this term would be 0, this term would be 0 because u is 0. So this term would be 0. All these three terms would be 0. So we will left with 1 multiplied by 1 comma 1. So that would give us 1 comma 1. So that is very clear. As we have seen that the Bezier curve will always pass through the first and last point. So first point we will always get at u is equal to 0, and last point we will always get at u is equal to 1. So after calculating also, you have you have reached to the same point. Okay, so you have started 1 comma 1, and if you place the value of u is equal to 0, you have calculated p naught as 1 comma 1. Okay, now we will perform the calculation for u is equal to 1 upon 4. So we will substitute 1 upon 4 in the place of u. Okay, so you'll get 1 minus 1 upon 4 q p naught, and just replace this u with 1 upon 4. Okay, so after solving this, you will reach to this point. Okay, similarly calculate for 1 upon 2, similarly calculate for 3 upon 4, and at p4 it would be definitely 6 comma. So I would advise you all to solve this question by your own. You have the answer, you have the complete calculation with you. So just do it yourself once. Thank you guys.